What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another J-List YouTube video. My name is Jonathan, and today's video I am finally doing a review on my brand new BR Series BC Racing coilovers. I installed these about a month ago. The ride height is looking perfect for now. I do plan on modifying it, but as of right now it's perfect, at least for what I need it for. I'll explain later in the video, but yeah, I did the installation myself. I'm gonna I'm gonna talk to you guys about what the process was like, how everything went, any like little hiccups that I had, or any little hiccups you guys might encounter if you plan on doing the same exact coilover set for your vehicle. So, but yeah, man, I'm really excited to be back. My birthday was March 27th, and I've been kind of lacking towards a little bit towards the end of March, because it's my 21st birthday and I was really trying to do something for my birthday. But I do have some videos. I have this one, I have some more recorded already, edited, just waiting to be uploaded. I just wanted to get this one out first. I'll talk to you guys about that once I get in the car. But with all that said, let's get straight into this. So first things first, with my mirror all the way on like that. So first things first, installation was as easy as it gets. I only had one hiccup, and that was me being dumb, and also the Scion TC being a little weird. So you have the bushing and a washer. For those of you guys that have never worked on any type of suspension before, well, the rear suspension, for the rear shock, you have the bushing and the washer, right? Well, and the bushing and the washer for the Scion TC in the rear, they look the exact same, they feel the exact same. And I struggled because when I was first getting I did the front first, then I went on to the rear. I started with the rear passenger, and when I first cracked loose the rear passenger shock, there was a little metal clink that I heard. But my metal Allen, for those of you guys who don't know, you have to have like an Allen key in the middle to hold it in place so you can like spin the nut out. I heard a little metal clink, and my Allen had fallen down, so I was like, okay, it was my Allen. So I picked up my Allen, no issues. But then I spent like 3 hours figuring out why my strut was just going straight through. And then when I looked at the driver's side, I couldn't figure it out. And I touched it and I smacked it with different things, and I couldn't figure it out. And it was the washer that I was missing. So I removed my whole trunk because it fell in a weird spot. So I removed my whole rear trunk, like all the lining and stuff, just to find the freaking washer. It took me forever. So that was on my part. That was the only hiccup that I had, though. Other than that, installation went as smooth as it possibly can. Come on. It was pretty easy. The front was pretty straightforward. I mean, just your two main strut bolts, you undo the three nuts on the top, and then just unhook your ABS line, transfer everything to the new strut, and there you go. I had the car a lot lower originally, but I did have to race it up because I was scraping too much. And I live in Houston, Texas. This city is nicknamed, out of all the nicknames that it has, one of the ones that stand out the most is Pothole City. We cannot get a smooth road. Not even this road that I'm driving on. It has no potholes, but it's not smooth. It's like all crooked. It has like a bunch of like dips and stuff. So yeah, Houston, Texas cannot make a straight road to save its life. So I was scraping pretty much everywhere. So I had to race it a little, because at the end of the day, this is still my daily. And I need the car to be useful. So other than that, I mean, no issues. I installed the struts, the coilovers. I removed my old ones, obviously. This, like I previously mentioned, this has a divorced rear suspension, so you have to set preload on the spring. All of that is relatively easy. I did it with my jack, put the jack under it. I gave it about normally it's between 5 to 10 millimeters. When you convert it, it's like around 0.3, 0.4 inches of preload. That's how much you normally want to give it. That's what I give it. I give it around 0.3 inches of preload. So, and that's it. From there, just as smooth as it possibly get. But yeah, that hiccup that I had took me forever. I really thought there was something wrong with the specific kit that I got. There was nothing wrong with it. It was something wrong with me. It was nothing wrong with the kit. So anyways, driving, it doesn't feel uncomfortable. It's a little stiffer. These are 32-way damping adjustable. I set it to 15 on each strut. It's riding is pretty smooth. It's a little harsh over the bumps, which here in Houston, Texas, once again, it's harsh every time because there's bumps everywhere. But it's a little, it kind of punishes you a little over the bumps, but it's not unbearable. And I have that, you know, peace of mind that if it ever gets too bad, I can just adjust it. So, but for right now, I like the coilovers. I like the fact that it gives it a bit more active suspension. Like the suspension feels just slightly more active than stock, which had a lot of travel and it felt very numb. And the car just basically darts everywhere you put it now. I have no sort of like body rigidity or no type of body reinforcement to this done. I have no strap bars, I have no braces, no chassis braces, nothing on this car. And the switch is immediately, it's incredible how much of a difference it actually makes. The car is lower, significantly lower, about 2 inches lower in the front and about 3.5 inches lower in the rear. It does give it a lower center of gravity, but Jesus, it's like day and night difference in the handling and the steering, just the overall steering and handling of the car. So it literally starts to feel like a go-kart now. It just darts everywhere. Like whenever you point the steering wheel, just so honestly, what the heck? Oh, there's a Hellcat just burning rubber. Anyways, yeah, I'm super satisfied with the coilovers. As you guys can see, my interior looks weird now because once again I repainted. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my interior. I'm so like all over the place with the interior of my car. But anyways, coilovers are great. I mean, it is BC Racing. They are known to make quality products, but I'm actually really satisfied with the BR series, given that that's their entry level. Now it is a $1,300 option for entry level, so it ain't really entry level, but they're really good. The other option I was considering was 10Zs, but that didn't really, I don't know. The fact that they're green for me was a throw off because nothing on my car is green and nothing that I want to do with my car is gonna match with the color green. So the color in general was a throw off, but I could have always changed that. But you know, I didn't want to have to buy the coilovers and keep working on the suspension and modifying suspension afterwards. So you know, super happy with the coilover choice that I went with. Also, for those of you guys who have been watching my shorts, I had to replace my front steering rack because my inner tie rods were bad. And for those of you guys who have gone through it, you know that in the Scion TC you can't just replace the tie rods. You have to replace the whole rack because it's an electronic tire rack, and the way the system is set up, you can't just remove the tie rods. So yeah, it sucked, but you know, I got that done. I installed it. I was gonna make a video on it, but that I do not have a video for. What I do have a video for though, however, is a project/weekend car. So that's coming very soon. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I have some of those videos already recorded, edited, everything is ready to go. I'm recording this video on April 6th, Saturday, April 6th. This video will go live Sunday, April 7th, and from there I'll start uploading as the week goes. But yeah, like high speeds, low speeds, the suspension doesn't feel jerky, it doesn't feel weird, it doesn't feel bumpy. That's one thing about the stock suspension from the TC that I actually didn't like. When you're going low speeds, it seemed to like rattle a little, like jump, like it will make the car bumpy, really bumpy at lower speeds. And I was kind of a little bit annoyed because like overall the OEM suspension for the TC is actually very smooth, has a lot of travel, and I don't know, but once you got to lower speeds, that just became very bumpy. This one is very stable, it's very even all the way through. So and once again, makes the car feel like a go-kart. Like I'm at 60 miles an hour, and you just dart, and it does remove a little bit of the body roll, not fully. You can still catch a little of that body roll as you're turning, but it does help with the body roll of the car a little. Once again, this car was never made to be a sports car, so if you're buying this car thinking you're gonna get a sports car, you're buying it for the wrong reasons. If you want a slow sports cars, that's why you go for the FRS, the BRZ, the SI. You know, they're a little faster than this, but they're still considered pretty slow, and you know, they're sportier. So, but yeah, suspension wise, I love it. I'm gonna try to catch this. This should be this little back road right here. It's like riddled with bumps. I'm gonna try to catch it and see if I can demonstrate what I'm talking about when I say that over the bumps. It's a bit punishing over the bumps. Okay. Oh, this is the road. Hopefully they fixed it a little, because it was really, really bad. You guys might hear my dash cam go off, because like over the bumps, it starts to become so rough over like specific bumps that it makes the sensor in the camera like go off, and it will lock video. So it's a bit punishing, but once again, not unbearable. And not every single road is ever gonna be like this. So let me slow down here. Ugh. I don't know how much the camera is shaking, but my head is shaking a lot. So putting my car through struggles just to provide you guys with some feedback. But other than that, pretty smooth. Yeah, you see we're out of it, and now the car is just behaving really smoothly. So I don't know, but once again, BC Racing is known to make quality products. They're for an entry level at $1,300. This is honestly a really strong choice, and I see why so many people go for it, because it makes sense. Like, it makes sense to go a little extra mile. Like if you want like a starting set of coilovers and like an entry level, once again entry level, we use that word very, you know, very like lucid. So if you're looking for a set of coilovers and you're just like barely getting into it, look, it just darts everywhere. Like you just point the car and the car just darts everywhere. It's instant. Like I'm actually, that's the biggest surprise that I've had the whole time. How smooth, like how sharp everything just became. And I don't know if you guys can hear that sound. My car, I got really bad brake pads already, so I gotta swap those brake pads. That's actually a video coming very soon. I want to do a full brake job. I don't know, like around 4 or 5 months ago, I did my front rotors. I'm doing everything again. I'm doing front, rear rotors, front brake pads, rear brake pads. I'm gonna, you know, everything. But yeah, I've been thinking about maybe going down a little on the damping, like making the damping just a little softer, because once again, it does get a little punishing and sometimes, but it's not bad. It's not bad. The ride is actually really smooth. It's really linear. The ride is linear. So, and that's exactly what I was looking for. The OEM suspension is so dull. Like, it was so, once again, it was comfortable. It was really comfortable, but it's so like quiet. Like, it doesn't really give you a sports car experience. And once again, this car was never intended to be a sports car, but with just coilovers and a bit of a stiffer suspension, the car wakes up a little more. Like, it genuinely feels more chuckable, more tossable. And this car is only 3,000 pounds. I mean, most of the weight from this car would probably be lighter than an FRS if it wasn't for all like the 150 pounds of glass that it has between like the sunroof, because it has a you know, has a panoramic sunroof in the front and the rear, and it has a giant glass panel in the hatch. So between all of that, you're looking at like what, 100, close to 100, maybe more close to 150 pounds. So this car would actually be a lot lighter if it wasn't for all that glass. But as is, the car is still not very heavy. It's around 3,000 something ish pounds, and new, like suspension, just changing your suspension really wakes it up. I've driven the 9.0 series, the one with the, you know, the TRD series with the TRD springs and the TRD suspension, and even that, just this feels just a bit sharper than that, but even that like wakes up the car like this. Like I know people who've had just the regular TC, and they keep the OEM shocks, that struts that come with the car, but they put TRD springs on the car. And I'm sure some of you guys who are watching have just a regular you know, regular base TC but with TRD springs, and the car, there you go, you see the video lock. The second it goes over the slightest bumps, it just locks the video. But I'm sure some of you guys have, you know, are running just TRD springs, and immediately, like, you immediately feel a switch, like a change in the way the car handles and steers. So I have no complaints. I really have no complaints. And they're really, you know, coilovers, they're not hard to adjust, but I found these like really easy to adjust. Given they're brand new, I know once, you know, dirt and stuff starts collecting in the tracks, it's gonna, you know, it's gonna be a little harder to adjust them. But you know, when I did that first adjustment, everything was pretty easy. Everything was pretty like smooth. I'm sure that's gonna change with time, but so far so good. Once again, I'm only speaking of my recent experiences, and seriously, so far, zero complaints. It makes the TC funner. There you go, video lock. It makes the TC funner. I'm genuinely having, and I know some of you guys have gone in the comments, well, you don't have the manual, you don't. I've driven the manual, and my opinion on it is still the same. For somebody who's driven the Civic SIs and the GR86s, and I used to own a GR86, my opinion is still the same. As a daily driver, I don't think you get much better than this. And once again, if you want a manual transmission, get it in the manual. It's still funner than the automatic. I've never said it's not funner than the automatic, but my opinion is that if you want something just for pure sports car enjoyment, this car with a manual transmission is gonna be better than the automatic, but it's not gonna fulfill you like 100%, especially when you've driven those other cars. Like me, I've driven the 11th gen Civic Si. Oh my goodness, that is a good manual transmission. And you know, if you've, I don't know, let's say you go from like a manual Corolla or something like that, and you get in the TC, yeah, then it's pretty fun. And once again, I'm not trying to knock on it, because I love the TC. I love the TC platform. But if you just want a manual for pure manual experience, you do not go for the TC, because it is not close to near. It's not near close to being the best manual on the market. It's enjoyable and it's really fun. And when you compare the manual to the automatic, the manual is miles funner than the automatic. But you know, I wasn't looking for a manual, because if I was gonna get a car with this much power level in a manual, I'll get one that was actually engaging and actually fun to drive. So I don't know, everybody has their own opinions, everybody feels things different when they drive cars. For me, the manual TC, the manual Scion TC was not the move. And I got a great deal on this car. But oh, also another thing that I just got here that I want to talk about, I was rubbing quite a bit, not anymore. That's why I raced it a little bit. The only rub, once you like, there you go, once I lock the steering wheel all the way to the right, to the left, sorry. But other than that, no rubs, no issues. Really happy, man. I couldn't be happier, and it gives it like a complete different look. The fact that the car is lower and it makes it look more aggressive. It makes it look more sporty, and you know, all the changes, man. It really does like complement the car really well. I have to wash it. I have so many things that I still have planned for this car. I want to eventually wrap it. I don't know if I want to boost it or if I want to go from a V6 and put a V6 from a Camry in here. I'm trying to keep it reliable. It is going to be my daily. Excuse me. It is going to be my daily for a while. or basically for as long as it lasts me. Like I said, I'm planning, looking at options for a project slash weekend car. This car will not go anywhere, I promise you. This car, unless it's like an emergency and I need to sell it, which let's hope not, I don't ever think I'm getting rid of this car. That's how much I love this car. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys think of the new ride height. Is it too high still? Is it too low? Is it perfect? What do you guys think about it? I think as it is perfect. I have about an inch of clearance through the fender in the front and the back, and for me that was what I was looking for. The front, once again, it was a lot lower, and the rear too, but I was rubbing too much, so I couldn't have that. But as it stands right now, compared to the monster truck look that I used to have, I'm in absolute awe and love every time I look at it. I love looking at the car from this angle now. Before I couldn't pass this angle right here. Past this angle, I couldn't look at the car. But now I'm a fan. I'm a really big fan of how the car looks. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, let me know. I have so much more content coming for you guys. I have plenty of messages that I have not replied to, so I'm gonna get to all of those the second I get home and edit this video. But with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoy. If you did, just let me know in the comment section down below. I don't ask for likes, I don't ask for subs. I just want you guys to, you know, get in touch with me and let me know how you guys feel about the content. With all that said, it's been your boy Jonathan. Thank you so much for watching the J-Liz YouTube video. See you guys in the next one.